shadows play, revolution every day. Banksy's how we paint the streets, truth unleashed in hushed heartbeats. Silent echoes, shadows play, evolution every day. Banksy's how we paint the streets, truth unleashed in hushed heartbeats. Silent echoes, shadows play, evolution every day.
Hello, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. The old Twitch is playing. Thank you so much for joining me. I am your host. Some would say Hafez Reflects, others would say Banksy Style Live. Wherever you happen to be watching me, you will see me on that. I am your boy Hafez. You can find me at Speaker's Corner or other Palestinian protests around London. That's my gig on Hafez Reflects. But tonight you find me multi-streaming on YouTube, Banksy Style Live, Twitch, and now welcome to the Kickers. Yes, I have decided to join the boys and girls of Kick, and I am now broadcasting from Kick or on Kick as well. Just another, I guess you could say, another notch on my belt, another branch to the social media empire that we are making here. Clearly, we're building a social media empire. That's why this one is going to be a quick one, kids. This one's going to be a short one because it's late. I already have to go to sleep. I should have done this at 8 o'clock, but I was just messing around on someone else's live stream. And also I forgot to set up the live stream for the YouTubes, and so that came in like last 10 seconds ago. So that was a bit of a last minute thing. So if you're watching me on YouTube, thank you for joining me on Banksy Style Live. If you're watching me on Kick, welcome one and all. Literally one, maybe. I don't even know if there is one. But if you find me on Kick, thank you for finding me on Kick. And if you find me on the Twitch, then awesome. Thank you for the one viewer on Twitch. I'm sure that's just me. That's just me. It just gives you one Twitch account, one Twitch view when you just go live. So it's probably just me on both Kick and Twitch simultaneously. But thank you for finding me wherever you happen to be this evening. Boys and girls, we don't have a lot of time, and we don't have a lot we have a little bit of stuff to get through. So we're just going to get on with it. We're going to crack on. Your boy Hafez. And I'm going to lean into the Hafez thing now. I'm not really going to press that Banksy thing. Although if you can find me on Banksy Style Live, Banksy Style, Hafez Reflects, all on YouTube, Hafez Reflects on Kick, Hafez Reflects TV, on Kick, and the Hafez and Banksy Style on Twitch. And also, we do upload onto TikTok, but we don't have enough people to go live on TikTok yet. So that's how it all goes. So the plugging over, let's begin. Let us get on with it, which is, I'm sure, why you all came here for. We're going to start off with, since Donald Trump won, as you can see, Make America Great Again, which he is, I'm sure he's going to make America great. But I think, in a way, America was already great. In what land, in what country in the world you can be a meth smoking, crack dealing or crack smoking, possibly devil's dandruff sniffing off hookers' breasts kind of guy who records it all, keeps it on a laptop, which he then gives to some repairman who discovers it all, and still walk away a free man. In no other country you can do such a thing except the greatest country of them all, the United States of America. That's right, Hunter Biden has been given a pardon for the past 11 years of crimes that he's ever done, or anything that could have possibly be criminal. For 11 years, retrospectively, he has been pardoned, so he can never go to jail for anything. He is almost Jesus, that he is above reproach, and they say no one is above the law in the United States of America, well, I give you Hunter Biden.
In a move that surprised no one, Joe Biden went back on his word again last night, pardoning his crackhead, tax evading, illegal firearm purchasing, money laundering consigliere, Hunter, but not just for the crimes that he was convicted of and about to be sentenced to jail time for here just a few weeks, but for any and all possible crimes that he may have committed over the last 10 years, which means that he can't be prosecuted for the corruption that he was involved in with Burisma.
I apologize. I correct myself. It was 10 years of crimes, not 11.
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes. Yes.
Is Joe Biden always looking directly into the sun? Because I'm pretty sure they could have lined up his chair so that he wasn't looking directly into the sun, and also this podium. Why do they do this to this man? I think it's on purpose. I think they wanted him to lose. They wanted him to have squinty eyes. Maybe it's the Chinese. Maybe it's the Chinese influence on on Joe Biden. That's why he's giving us a signal. I think this is a cry for help. The Chinese have me. Help. Watch him blink and count the blinks. Someone know Morse code? Anyone in the chat who knows Morse code? Count the blinks.
He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know, and I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. If I said I abide by the jury decision, I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
He was never going to pardon him, right? Cringe, Jean-Pierre?
I know you said not a lot's changed since yesterday and that it's a personal matter, but from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
Well,
I just said no. I just answered. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
I'd just like you all to note, Karine Jean-Pierre said no. And hello, the lodger, Jen Wallace, and Fun with Dirt. Big up to all of you. Now, I apologize for the kick viewers, the one of you who is not being acknowledged. But if you sound off in the chat, I will acknowledge your existence. And there is none. There is no one there. No one. Not one. Moving on.
First briefing since Hunter was indicted again in Los Angeles. Why doesn't President Biden just pardon him?
President, I've been very clear. The president's not going to pardon his son.
One more.
His son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
President Biden says that he's not going to pardon his son, Hunter. Is he going to ask Donald Trump to do that?
I don't have anything else to share about that.
Look at that. Look at that. She is adamant. No. The answer is no. How do you not understand? No. He will not pardon his son. No one is above the law. Oh, I believe that's coming.
I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this. I've been very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
The president would not pardon or commute the sentence for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
Are you all clear? It is still a no. How much of this you do not understand? It is a no.
Still a no. It will be a no. It is a no.
Look at that.
I don't have anything else to add.
Can't get any more no than that.
Son? No.
That's
Old
right.
Joe
no.
would never do such thing because he's the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way.
What is before us is a president who is living the rule of law. He is living it in the most...
That's right. He lives it. He lives the rule of law. In fact, Joe Biden has laws, the American legal system, tattooed into his flesh. That's how much he loves the law. The law. I am the law.
In the most personal way. He is not pardoning his son, which he could do. These are federal charges. Right. He is not doing that. He is not doing it because he is living what it means to have a rule of law
That's right.
in this country.
This carbon-based life
That's
form
right.
reminds me of something, and for the longest time, I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was, but I think I
Look,
figured
look,
it out.
look, I'm sorry. At this point, Mark is going to make an anti-Semitic gesture, which we do not support or endorse on any of my platforms, be it Kick, YouTube, or Twitch, where we are live right now. So we would like everyone to know that the Banksy Style, Hafiz Reflex channels do not support or endorse anti-Semitism and this particular view and this particular joke that Mark Dice is going to make.
I think he was in one of the old Star Wars episodes. Tell us
No.
more, old Joe, about
Terrible.
how you're the embodiment of our democracy.
I'm calling for a constitutional amendment called No One is Above the Law Amendment.
No one is above the law. No one.
Each of us is equal before the law.
Each of us is equal before the law. Remember this.
No one is above the law.
No
The
one.
American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed. The justice system should be respected. We should
Respected.
never allow anyone to tear it down.
No one.
This is after the Trump kangaroo court verdict.
Those responsible can be held accountable.
That's right.
In my administration, no one is above the law.
No
one's
one's
above the law, huh? Would you like to repeat that empty slogan and lie over and over again? Operation
How dare you? How dare you, Mark Dice? How could you say that? No one is above the law, sir.
Mockingbird assets when referring to Donald Trump being indicted?
The idea that no person is above the law is a bedrock principle of American justice.
Bedrock.
No man is above the law, no matter what the crime.
And I agree with you. No man is
No
above
man.
the law. No person is above the law.
No
person.
man is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one.
No man is above the law.
He has to be held accountable. He's
Absolutely.
not above the law.
No one's above the law. Either that nor any other title puts you above the rule of law.
No one is truly above the law.
That is what it means to have a rule of law. That is
Okay, this is terrible. It's very anti-Semitic, I have to say.
what it means to not have a king.
Well, you get the points. But let's take a look at some more hypocrisy, shall we? By the way, subscribe to my channel if you're new here and check back on a regular basis.
You see, Biden says he won't pardon his son Hunter because no one is above the law.
Politico reported
No
6
man.
months ago.
Now, I just want to make a point here. I said that, I hinted maybe at Biden potentially being Jesus. And I would like to reaffirm that later on in this video. You will see that no human is above the law. No human is above the law. Remember that.
That Biden says that he won't pardon his son Hunter, but now says, well,
Okay. Biden did pardon his son Hunter. Now, no one is above the law, but I suspect that Hunter Biden, the glorious, magnificent, magnanimous man that he is, with every snort of that devil's dandruff of that prostitute's buttocks, he elevated himself into Jesus' state. He is Jesus Hunter. And so no man is above the law, but Hunter Biden is no man.
well, Republicans say that Biden is a, quote, liar after he pardons his son Hunter. It's the Republicans who are just claiming that. So Donald Trump posted in response to this on Truth Social asking, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the January 6 hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? Such an abuse.
You see, this is where unfortunately Donald Trump gets it wrong, because Donald Trump doesn't realize those January 6 insurrectionists are humans and they are not above the law. But Biden is not a human being anymore. He has now been elevated. He has finally risen. He is the second coming. And thus he can be pardoned, for he is the new cocaine and crack Jesus. If you accept the cocaine Jesus, the crack Jesus that is Hunter Biden, then you will see him in his glory. And he wants to have a relationship with you. Believe me, he's had a lot of relations. Just ask some Ukrainian prostitutes. He's had relations with a lot of people. And so Hunter Biden wants to have a relationship with you because he is the second coming. He's probably like the fifth coming at this point. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you got to ask some Ukrainian, whoremongers from, Ukrainian ladies of the night, I guess, to find out exactly which turn of hunt, which one Hunter is coming. But nevertheless, he is now crack Jesus, and thus he is pardoned of all sins, prior and after, forever and ever. Amen.
Use and miscarriage of justice. While some of the Marxist Democrats are having a difficult time ignoring the obvious hypocrisy and miscarriage of justice, others, however, like Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, are celebrating it.
Well, I won't pretend to speak for the entire caucus, but I will say, way to go, Joe. Let me be the first one to congratulate the president for deciding to do this.
This former
Wow, she's congratulating crack Jesus. Well, I would too, and I condone that lady compliment. Damn, I can't get my words out tonight. I am wholeheartedly endorsing that lady's endorsement on and congratulations of crack Jesus being free to continue on the path of making relations with everyone that he comes to contact with. I myself would like to have a relation with crack Jesus, just like he wants to have a relation with all of us, because he wants to, he came on earth as man, as crack man, in order to have a relationship with us, in order for us to know him and to adore the crack pipe.
Democrat congressman on MSDNC couldn't contain his glee and started using profanity, which I'm going to bleep out because I run a family-friendly show.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for being on.
I think it was appropriate, and I think conditions change, and I think it is unbelievably hypocritical and almost ludicrous to the point of laughter that you have anybody out there talking about hypocrisy when you're talking about, specific types of pardons or commutations.
That's right. It's ludicrous to talk about hypocrisy of when repeatedly Karine Jean-Pierre said that that the president will not pardon his son and they will accept the judgment of the courts, for no man is above the law, until crack Jesus, Hunter Biden, was revealed to us as the honorable crack Jesus that he is. The Messiah essentially has come through a crack pipe via a Ukrainian prostitute's crack ass, and to us has been delivered to us, and thus we should accept that he is not a man, and thus he is above the law, and he should be pardoned. And by the way, I'd just like to say hello and acknowledge all the people in the chat. CCD, big up yourself. John, love you, John. Roy, love you, Roy. Love you, CCD, by the way. Don't think I don't love you. Fun with Dirts, love you. And Dale, love Dale. I'm not entirely sure who Dale is actually. Love you, Jen, and everyone else. Thank you for coming. History reset. John again. There he is. Everyone in the chat acknowledged. So continue. Just remember, the lodger. Hello, sir. The fact is that Hunter Biden is no longer just a mere mortal man. He is crack Jesus, and crack Jesus does not apply. He does not walk the path of a mortal man, and thus he is now pardoned for all crimes forever and ever. Amen.
Just gets to the point that you just shake your head, because it's just the that they spew out that Steve Bannon talked about, and that's what they want to do, is flood the zone with That's what they're doing.
Former Congressman Denver Riggleman.
This man says shit like 3 times on MSNBC. What's happening to cable network TV? I thought this was like Family Hour news. What the hell's going on?
And thank you very much, former Congressman of Virginia. Thank you very much for being here this evening.
But surprisingly, former one-term Republican Congressman Joe Walsh from Illinois, who couldn't find a job after he lost his reelection, so he joined the Never Trump train as a Trump-hating MSNBC contributor, actually makes a little bit of sense here.
Joe Biden repeatedly said he wouldn't do this. So he repeatedly...
Shut your mouth. Shut your filthy mouth. You're talking about crack Jesus. He is above you and us all, but he still likes to have a relationship with you. And we all know what kind of relationships Hunter Biden likes to have.
Lied. But this just furthers the cynicism that people have about politics, and that cynicism strengthens Trump, because Trump can just say, I'm not a unique threat. Everybody does this. If I do something for my kid, my son-in-law, whatever, look, Joe Biden does the same thing. I get it, but this was a selfish move by Biden, which politically only strengthens Trump. It's just deflating.
It's deflating, he says. But he is right in that this only emboldens Donald Trump and gives him more justification to immediately start pardoning the January 6th political.
Oh, yes. Definitely Trump is pardoning all the January 6 people. The minute he signs into, he's sworn into office, I think that would be the first thing he's going to do, is to pardon every January 6 political prisoner. I wish he was the president of Britain so we could release all the political prisoners of Southport over here. But unfortunately, we have shall we say, questionable leadership in Britain at the moment. So we won't be expecting any political prisoners to be released over here. But yes, Donald Trump, you should release all the January 6th political prisoners, because those people were not the vile criminals that they've been, made out to be. And they were not, they were not committing heinous crimes. They're literally, these people are in prison for years. For literally, I don't know how many years now. Some of them have been given like 5-10 year sentences for trespassing. This is unbelievable. So yes, pardon them all, Mr. Trump. But let's be honest. Hunter Biden, crack Jesus, should have been released and should never be accused. I mean, if his father wishes, he may have to be crucified in order for atone for our sins. But he will be crucified on a crack pipe. It'll be a large erected crack pipe where he will hang and like crack smoke will be just wafted towards him with, selectively placed fans until he is gone into heaven. He will literally go into he will then, after once he, crack Jesus has passed away, he will be brought down from the crack pipe and he will be placed in a brothel for 3 nights and 3 days, in which he then will ascend to the heavens, but not before, obviously, ravaging some Ukrainian prostitutes for about 4 days.
Prisoners on January 20th once he's sworn in. And I'm willing to bet that if Hunter wasn't pardoned by old Joe, Donald Trump would have pardoned him as well, as one of his first acts as the returning president, to try to help the country heal, to throw the Democrats a bone, and to troll them as well. But sadly, he won't have that opportunity. But if you want to troll your liberal family...
And that is all, ladies and gentlemen. That is all. We are done with the Mark Dice movement. So yeah, Hunter Biden has been set free by his father. He has been pardoned. But again, as I'm trying to repeatedly explain to all of you, he is not but a mortal man. He is above us. He is beyond us. He's better than us. And America is truly the greatest country on earth, where you can smoke all the crack you want, snort all the devil's dandruff you wish off many, many prostitutes' asses. And as long as your father is the president of the United States, you get to walk free. Even if you have posted such things on social media or has been found on your laptop, evidence of your actual criminal activity. Just make sure that if you are going to be a crack addict, whoremonger, that your father is the president of the United States. Here's a little tip to Hunter Biden. If you want to get your freak on, this is your chance, son. You got 4 years to get that shit out of your system. Sorry, not Hunter Biden. Barron Trump. Sorry, my message to Barron Trump. Dude, if you want to have some of those P. Diddy freak-offs, you better order yourself a case of baby oil and a hell of a lot of crack and make your way to your nearest Ukrainian brothel and just get it out of your system, dude. You got 4 years to get this shit out, and then God knows who's going to be in the office, but you're not going to get away with it. So, Barron Trump, if you got any inclinations towards crack or cocaine, You got 4 years, kid. Get it out. Get it done. Get it done. Order that case of baby oil and get it out of your system. Jail Trump, free Hunter. There comes our cuckolded lefties. Right on cue. They're already in his house, ready to give us their woke opinion. Now there is one other thing actually that I would like to that is something I'd like to share with you all. Is this Sunday's my little to and fro with the ladies, the feminists of Speaker's Corner. They all came down to do their thing, and I was gonna cut it short to a small little segment, as in cut it, short, and just upload it separately. But since we're live, we might as well go with that as well. And this was my little interaction with the feminists. Well, they say they're not feminists, but we all know they're full of shit and they're lying. These are the followers of Kelly J. Keane, who is a well-known TERF around these parts, and they come every end of every month, every last Sunday of every month. They come and they have their little sewing circle and echo chamber around what they call the tree of knowledge or some shit, the freedom tree or whatever the hell they call it, and they have their little natter. But then in recent times they've been getting a little bit sort of they've developed a bit of courage. They've developed a bit of chutzpah, as some would say. Some of our Jewish friends would say they've developed a bit of chutzpah to come to the actual Speaker's Corner section in order to have a little conversation with the rest of us peasants. And this is how it went down when I interacted with the feminists. Whoop. Sorry, guys. It's muted.
Before going back to Bob.
Absolutely ridiculous. Should be no praying in the royal parks. Anyway, we're here on behalf of women who've lost their voices in these places. And can I just say to the men escaping those countries and coming over here, could you just save the women first?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Miss Keane. You do realise, like Ricky Gervais said, it's just you lads. Okay, come on in. Yeah, they ain't bringing the women. It's just a bunch of fighting age men, mostly from Muslim nations. And they're bringing their Islam with them, by the way. They're not leaving it over there.
Nothing more emasculating than escaping a country while little girls are being married off at age 9. We will continue to come to this place, a place that supposedly has freedom of speech, while women across the world, particularly in countries where there is a Muslim majority and Muslim government, while those women are being told that they cannot speak.
Yes, because the men in those countries have heard you lot, you screaming banshees over here. And essentially what I've come, and this was something on my mind, but I never said it. The Muslim men in the Middle East, I think the Taliban know something we don't, and that is that they don't want the infestation of feminism in their country. And thus they are making sure that their women are not infected, if you like, by such diseases from the West. Maybe Islam is right about women.
In those countries, not really talking up for them. Now I know in Iran there have been men put to death for defending women, and we are very, very grateful to those men. And I really, really hope that the international community, can I just say, if leaving here you get caught in the march for the women of Iran and Afghanistan, because there's been so many marches in London, specifically for the women across the world who have lost their rights to speak. my mistakes. There haven't been any. There really haven't been any, and any that have happened haven't really been supported. So, anybody else want to come and shout about women?
Woman, life, freedom.
Women, life, freedom.
Woman, life, freedom. Woman, life, freedom. Women, life, freedom. Women, life, freedom.
Kitchen, sandwiches, cooking.
Okay, so we set
Kitchen,
up these.
cooking, sandwiches.
How about the washing up?
Oh, and the washing up. But we men invented dishwashers for them, so we're all right.
Yeah, no, Dave.
A woman? Was it? I may need to fact check you on that.
No, you won't need to.
No, I don't. I'm not sure. I'll come back to you.
I have to say, I did fact check myself, and yes, there is a lady called Josephine something, I forgot the surname, who did invent the hand cranked washing machine. But guess what? She designed it, but a man built it. She had to still get a man to actually mechanically put it together for her. So yes, she did design the dishwasher, not the washing machine, dishwasher. But a man actually had to build it. It'd still be on pieces of paper if the woman was on her own.
You carry on with Bernard Manning never died.
Yes. You see, you guys don't realize you need the patriarchy. You should have accepted the patriarchy, but now you've done this to yourself. The world that you see around you, everything we did, everything men have done, the cameras you use, the clothes you wear. Men have done all of this for you to complain.
Now, at this point, I do like to. I have to acknowledge. I don't think my microphone was working. It was the mic from the actual phone. I think my microphone had at some point stopped working, and I didn't realize it.
That man's got. Have you got a wife and children at home?
I may do, but those wife and children. But that wife and children is an obedient wife and children that stays at home.
Bro, it's so easy to trigger these guys. It's so easy to trigger the feminists. Watch, it gets better.
And knows her place.
Yeah, and that's why you wear those shoes.
These are trainers, and they're very comfortable.
If your wife is obedient, I'm sure she does the shopping, and that's all you should do.
And these are extremely expensive shoes.
By the way, my trainers are quite expensive. They're Asics. They're not some cheap shit from, I don't know, Foot Locker or something.
Look, we came here so that women would feel that this place isn't overrun by men with penises.
But it is.
Sometimes very small ones, so thank you for your
Oh, penis shaming, social shaming. I'm sure if I said how much you weigh, is your weight also considered a terrible thing? If I were to ask the ladies around here how much they weigh, would that be a bad thing? Can you all get on a scale? It seems. Oh no, 1970s. Once I want to go back to the 1970s. No. You see what you don't realize is this is not your little tree anymore. This is where you get heckled. This is where you get pushed back. This is Speaker's Corner. This isn't your tree. You can go up to your tree and be exclusive. No, you can go and speak. You can go and speak at your little tree, but you can't do it here. This is where men get to speak. No, this is not your little corner. This is not your little tree. This is where men actually push back.
No, this is where men don't let women fucking speak.
No, this is where men push back. Push back. No, this is Speaker's Corner. You don't get that. You don't get to let women speak here. This is Speaker's Corner. Exactly. And I speak, and I will heckle. No, you don't get that. You don't get that here. You don't get that here. Yeah, and you don't own this place. You don't own this place. No, heckling is part of this. You gotta realize heckling is actually part of this, man.
Okay, at this point, someone was kicking me from behind and they were doing something from behind, but I couldn't actually see it. So I wasn't really sure what was going on. I'm going to let this play out a little bit longer, but I'll switch to another person's camera who was actually recording behind me. And this is what they were doing from behind, but I'll let this play out a little bit longer.
Madam, heckling is part of this.
Okay, thank you for coming to listen.
If you want to have your little, if you want to have your little echo chamber, go to your tree. Go to your little tree.
What do you want to say of anybody? You're talking about women washing up, you stupid.
Because it's so obvious how you're triggered. It's so easy to trigger the feminists.
Women wash up, isn't that funny?
They say.
Women do shoes, isn't
They
that
say
funny?
sticks and stones may break my bones, but there's always something to offend the feminists.
I'm not a feminist.
Yes, you are. You're literally a TERF. No, you're a feminist. Every one of you is a feminist here, but you just don't realize it.
Now, again, as they say, hindsight is 2020. What I should have said is, what does the F in trans exclusionary radical feminist, the word TERF, or the acronym TERF, the F is for feminism. Feminist is what the F is for. I should have just simply said, what is the F in TERF? And I would have shut them up. But unfortunately, at that time, as I said, there was a lot going on. So there was a bunch of stuff. So let me now see if I can bring in this next video, which is actually the same interaction. Now, they do get a little bit more aggressive a little bit later on, but I think you might actually see it better from this angle, because this is another streamer. I'm not going to give her name. I don't know if she wants to, so I'm not going to say anything about who she is, but this is a girl who comes regularly at Speaker's Corner, and this is her perspective and from her camera.
Sorry, thank you so much.
Again, she got in at about the time when she was penis shaming me, so I was already deep into the heckle. And as I say, I'm sorry, I didn't realize my microphone wasn't working the whole time. It's terrible. I got to keep an eye on that.
Social shaming. I'm sure if I said how much you weigh.
You're too stupid.
Is your weight?
I'm sorry that the penis comment offended you.
Is your weight a terrible thing? If I were to ask the ladies around here how much they weigh, would that be a bad thing? Shut the fuck up.
It's a bit rude. It's a bit rude.
This is the tolerance of the feminists. As soon as you push back on them, shut the fuck up, and they're sticking shit on me, which is actually without my consent, which would be considered actually some form of assault. If I actually wanted to take this further, this was physical contact without consent. And it's ironic that it's a bunch of feminists who are touching me without consent, who are always complaining about men touching them without consent. This is the hypocrisy and the irony is just full of it. But look at all these cat lady spinsters. You show me one millennial or one Gen Z in this crowd. That's the other thing that I noticed. And let's say hindsight is 2020, but this is Kelly Jean's movement. A bunch of spinster cat ladies and a few lesbians, and that's her army that she's going to go to the trans activist war with. A bunch of just passed over the hill women who are literally 1 foot in the grave, most of them. These are the ones who are going to save your daughters and your granddaughters from men in your changing rooms, men in your toilets. This lot, this is the army you're going to go to war with. Kelly, if you ever see this, believe me, love, you're gonna have to get a bit more than a bunch of cat lady spinsters and a few lesbians to march into battle with. Mostly, you're gonna need men. And here's another thing. I'll try and see if I can get a better footage. Look at this. Look at all these spinsters. I mean, you know that this crap. You. Oh, sorry. I gotta pose it like this. You know that this crowd would empty out the cat aisle at any Pets R Us store. You know that, right? I mean, this is the classic cat lady gathering. The other thing is they also don't know who they're fucking with because they don't realize there's a bunch of cat ladies are not going to intimidate me into silence.
But you can't do it here. This is where men get to speak. Let women speak. Let women speak. No, this is not your little corner. This is not your little tree.
Yeah, I think that lady did kick me or something because I did feel someone hit me from behind. That's why I turned around and looked. But I'm not sure.
Actually push back.
No, this is where men don't let women fucking speak.
No, this
we
is
don't
where
give
men
you
push
to
back.
go there
Push back.
in the first place.
No, this
Right,
is
we're
Speaker's
talking
Corner.
about
You don't get
women.
that. You don't get to let women speak here.
Look at this.
You shouldn't be touching me.
Oh, this girl actually stood up for me. She's a great girl. She's this Iraqi girl who is a streamer as well. She actually told her off because she was trying to drag my backpack.
No, heckling is part of this. You don't realize heckling is actually part of this, man.
You see, this is the problem. These echo chamber feminists, these cat ladies and Karens, they think they can just Karen people out of their spaces. And when they go to their little corner in their tree hugging sessions, nobody gives a shit. That's why nobody goes over there. But when they come to Speaker's Corner section, the main section where all the other speakers are, they still think they can push people around and push their authority and their Karen ways in this space. That was the thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Other men are kind of cowards as well. They're pussies. Most of these other guys who are proficient hecklers don't say a fuck all to these Karens. I'm gonna make sure I do this every month, and it's because it's they're there every end of every month or the last Sunday of every month, so I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna do this every time. Except I'm going to make sure my microphone works better because I was very disappointed that although the phone's microphone picked it up pretty reasonably, I just didn't realize my actual external mic wasn't working.
I don't understand. This is why you don't meet down here. Yeah, but no, but Speaker's Corner. You will show me by each other. No.
You see, this is why this is why we don't come down here. Yes, because you don't, because other men have to run the crucible of this shit every Sunday. Men who come down, who get heckled and shouted at and death threats and attacked physically. Women like Hatoun, they are actual, women of courage. Not you, Lily, the passive little Karens who snowflakes who fall apart the second one guy against 20 women shouting him down, and you're all falling apart, and you're all like, oh, this is why we don't come here. Yes, this is why you will lose. Because you're not willing to actually go to war with anything. The minute one man heckles you, you all fucking fall apart like the petals of a fucking dying rose. So no, you can't win this. That's why you need men. That's why you, especially you Karen cat ladies, you actually have to have men to carry this through for you. You have to have men to fight your battles for you. That's why Kelly Jean has muscle-bound men protecting her, not women.
But because females don't like to preach. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Look at that guy in the black cap. That's her bodyguard. Now, the funny thing is, Muammar Gaddafi was more of a feminist than these spinsters here, because at least Muammar Gaddafi had women as his security guard. He at least entrusted his security and his life to women. Not Kelly, not this feminist. No. She goes and gets a big man and also has other men in uniform to protect the rights that she screeches and howls into existence by verbally bullying other men to give her privileges. Not rights, really. These are privileges. And I said at the end, women, these feminists want rights without responsibility. That's what they want. They want their rights without responsibility, and that's why they have to have men fight to keep their rights, because they themselves can't do it anymore. They can't do it, period. They never could. Women cannot protect feminism. Women cannot uphold feminism by themselves. That's why there is no feminism in Afghanistan. That's why there is no feminism in Iran, because the men in those countries are not going to die for these fucking ideals. The minute the Taliban took over, how come these great, powerful feminists of Afghanistan, why didn't they pick up arms and create militias to go to war with the Taliban to get their rights? It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, aren't women strong and powerful? What do they call it? Brave and beautiful? How is it that none of them are actually going to fight for and die for their rights in Afghanistan? Because they can't. Because men are the ones that uphold feminism. If it wasn't for men, there would be no feminism.
That's fine, but why should... I mean, you can talk whatever you want to say. That's why it's interesting.
This is why they fall apart. They flake away.
Women wash up. Isn't that funny? Women do shoes. Isn't that funny?
They say sticks and stones may break my bones, but there's always something to offend the feminists.
I'm not feminist.
Yes, you are.
Look at this. They pretend we're not feminists. You think I know women who are not actually feminists, and they don't screech like banshees like these lot do. Believe me. Women who are not actually feminists are not screeching like banshees like these guys. These screaming harpies, and they claim they're not feminists. They are absolutely the core. They are the feminists that everybody despises. These are the Jermaine Gray's female eunuch bullshit feminists. And by the way, these are the old school second and third wave feminists. That's why they're fighting the fourth and fifth waves, because fourth and fifth is intersectional, and those are the ones who allowed in the devils in skirts into their changing rooms. That's what they're so pissed about. The fact that now the men are gaming their own system. Men are better women than women. That's why they're pissed.
Your abuse is where we heckle. No, you are not heckling. You are bullying.
One man against 20 women screaming "fuck off." But I'm the bully. You see, this is how pathetic this is. This is how pathetic these women are, and this is why these women will never win unless men, simping men. And by the way, there are some beta males amongst this who are the ones who are actually supporting them. But men, Gen Zs and millennials don't give a shit anymore. Chivalry is dead, and feminism killed it. And that's why Gen Zs and millennial men do not give two shits about these women's and their screeches of we need our female spaces back. The only people that are fighting, believe it or not, if you actually look at the people who are fighting for women's spaces, are old-ass, aged-out harpies like them and old-ass boomer men and Gen X men. Because they still have some sense of old school chivalry and old school memories of how it was to protect women. Young men, they don't give two shits about women anymore. They're not going to protect you when you're being beaten the shit out of in some gutter in the streets. They're not going to protect you when you're being groped by some fucking immigrant from the darkest, deepest part of the Middle East on tubes and trains. They're not going to protect you anymore because we don't give a shit about you anymore. Because you told us we're useless things, we're useless creatures, that we're stupid, that we're no good, that we don't need men anymore, that we're all Homer Simpsons and Peter Griffins. You told us you don't need us, and so you're not going to get any help from us. All you're going to get is scorn and a giant fuck you.
don't want any more children.
If you don't actually like the way Speaker's Corner works, you can actually go to the screen.
Right, anyway.
Go to a little screen and have your little
Thank you for coming.
Because you can't handle this clearly. If you could handle heckling, you would be here. No, because I like to see you guys.
Look at this. Look at the minute a man pushes back a little bit or just gives them a little heckle, they stick stickers of misogyny present. Oh, my misogyny. We can't take it. Misogyny is so bad. We have to make stickers. This is how they want to win the world war against the trans activists. You're gonna fucking lose. So badly. And the problem is, you don't even have to meet the consequences of your actions. It's your daughters and your granddaughters that are going to have to get changed in front of a swinging dick in the future. Those are the ones who actually have to face the consequences of your shitty movements, your third and fourth wave feminism. That's who's going to suffer it. And that's the irony of it, because these old-aged friggin' pensioning spinster cat ladies are going to die before the real push comes towards all these trans testicles changing in their daughters' changing rooms. This is the beginning of that movement. This is the beginning of that iceberg. The real push, the real movement hasn't even started yet. Wait till every changing room and every toilet is unisex, and your daughters have to get changed in front of some pervy man who's standing in the corner touching himself.
Away from your tree because you can't handle If you could handle it, you would be here every week. But you're not.
Can I have one tree? Freebie. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, Mr. Mossad, this is another lady. She's Iraqi. She's like a IRL streamer.
Thank you so much.
Your intersectional feminism led to the state of the fact that you have to be a pervy. Yes, it is the feminist fault. No. You were a feminist and your organization and your movement led to this. What you really should have done was accept the patriarchy and all the good that it did for you.
We go back and talking and ignore her.
Her organization now is, but when she started out, she was a staunch feminist. And it was the feminists that led to men.
Shut up!
RPs. And look at this. Now they become physical. Now she becomes physical. And the funny thing is, it's okay for women to become physical, but not men.
Shut the fuck up. And the reason we had to go to Speaker's Corner is because these tiny penises men wouldn't just let us speak. We came to talk about women across the world who aren't allowed a voice. And I'm sure so thank you. If you, I find it very difficult to ignore. If you can keep speaking even when women aren't supposed to, then I promise we will win. If you can realise that the absolute duty.
You're not going to win shit, Kelly. Not these old age harpies and these these couple of fat lesbians that you got surrounded yourself with. The only person with a decent amount of testosterone running through their veins is a man who had to be paid to come to this event, because no man who has any level of high levels of testosterone or has any self-respect will be caught dead at one of these fucking harpies fucking gatherings.
We have.
And you'll see in a minute the type of men who support them.
To speak in this country and to continue pushing boundaries.
One second, let me just go.
Your mother is not a feminist. No, definitely not.
You should have reported.
I know you guys support abortion. Of course you do.
That's insane.
This is what the feminists are actually about. Echo chambers.
You're a thief.
No, it's because you guys can't stand being out of your echo chambers. You are feminists. Do you believe women should have the right to vote? Do you believe that women should have the right to work?
The girl asked her, "Are you a Karen?" You see, this is the thing. Look at the difference. This one moment is a personification of the age gap between this lot and the Zoomers and the millennials, even Gen Xers like me who are a bit internet savvy, know what a Karen is. She asks her, "Are you a Karen?" Let me just rewind this a little bit. Listen to this.
Even when women aren't supposed to, then I promise we will win. If you can realise that the absolute duty we have to speak in this country and to continue pushing boundaries.
One second, let me just go.
Your mother is not a feminist. No, definitely not.
You should have reported.
I know you guys support abortion. Of course you do.
That's insane. That's insane.
This is what the feminists are actually about. Echo chambers.
You're a thief.
No, it's because you guys can't stand being out of your echo chambers.
Are you like
You
Karen?
are feminists.
Are you Karen?
Do you believe women should have the right to vote? Do you believe that women should have the right to vote?
I feel like there's an issue about everything. What are you talking about?
She say, "Are you a Karen?" But the girl does, but the old lady just doesn't understand. She has no understanding of like internet memes and the young people's sort of world. So when she goes, "Are you a Karen?" She's like, "What? What are you talking about?" Oh, these two worlds are so far apart. It is a beautiful moment of just in time where you can see the difference between the two worlds. These old hag spinsters from first wave, second, third wave feminists, sort of Germaine Greer era of feminism versus the today's generations, and they see them as hags and Karens. They don't see them as anyone who's fighting for their rights. The young girls who are actually the ones who are going to be the recipients of men with their swinging dicks changing in their changing rooms, by the way, those women don't even recognize themselves as an ally of these spinsters. They don't, because they live in different worlds. They live in different gap. The gap is so wide that they don't even hear them. They don't understand them. They don't understand their jokes. They don't understand anything about the young women of today. So that's why these hags are never going to get anything. All they do is nag and try to nag men into action, because only men are going to do anything about it anyway. And even the millennial and Gen Z men don't give a shit about them. First of all, they don't look. They look at these lot as freaking god awful witches, and they're certainly not listening to them. And they're not going to listen to other even older men now, because they see them as boomers and out of touch. And also, men are no longer coming to save women anymore. Men no longer have chivalry anymore. Men don't give a shit about women anymore. Most men are checking out and becoming MGTOWs or incels at best anyway, because they just don't care. They're not going to die. They're not going to jump in front of a bullet for a woman anymore. You guys wanted feminism. You wanted equality. You wanted to be big and strong and big and bad. Well, then now you're going to have to deal with the shitty world as men have found it and fought it for all time. You're going to fight those same demons, and those demons are coming into your changing rooms. They're coming into your fucking toilets. Good luck with that, ladies. And funny thing is, the men can't even go into the changing rooms to fight those devils to protect the women, even if they wanted to, because the devils are now inside the house.
You're feminists.
You're making it all up.
The patriarchy gave you everything.
You're saying that women should not vote. So I'm on your side in this sense.
What's your problem? You're a feminist. Are you a feminist? No, because I don't agree that women should have the right to vote. Well, you're a feminist if that's what you're saying. No, feminists want women to vote.
Because I got a...
Okay. This is one of the men who came to support this movement. These are the men who these women are going to have to lean on to save them from the devils in skirts. Oh, good luck, ladies. Oh, good luck.
No, I said, do you agree? If you're not a feminist, what do you think about the women's right to vote?
I'm special.
No, you retard.
Middle class feminist.
Oh, you like giving your rights to men when you can't speak in this.
Oh, that was very un-PC of her. She called the young girl a retard and then walked away. You would think that, I guess it's very unwoke of her.
Okay, So those middle-class feminists,
Can I have that?
they have window cleaners, they have all sorts of servants.
No, no, no.
The au pairs. I'm talking about, do you believe the fundamental right that women should have the right to vote?
Why don't you go live in Afghanistan?
Any decent person does.
If you don't want to speak, go live in
No,
Afghanistan.
not any decent person does.
No,
because I understand the consequences of voting. I understand what the responsibilities of voting. Women want rights without responsibility. They want rights without responsibility. That's why they have all these.
Okay, let me.
I don't know him. I just know speakers for him.
Okay, let me switch to my camera, because at this point Kelly Jean kind of engages with me again when I say women want rights without responsibility, and she again gets a little triggered.
To your little echo chamber by your freedom tree, and you don't actually mix with the people. No, yeah, because now you're getting pushback. You're getting.
Oh, here, hold on.
That's what I did.
There you go.
I'm not talking about the au pairs. I'm talking about, do you believe the fundamental right that women should have the right to vote?
Well, any decent person does, don't they?
No, not any decent person does. No, because I understand the consequences of voting. I understand what the responsibilities of voting. Women want rights without responsibility. They want rights without responsibility. That's why they have all these things.
Having a responsibility with you.
Yes, of course. Well, yes, she had the responsibility to raise children.
That's what I did. I raised my 4 children.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to remind myself, this is like a memo to me. If you do come across Kelly Jean again, just say to her, love, you are an upper middle class, rich, bored housewife whose kids are now grown and you have nothing better to do. So you figured you go out into the world and try to save the world. That's what it is. This is just an ego trip for a rich, bored housewife. That's all it is for you, love. You're not going to win anything. You're not going to get any awards. You just are bored and you're too rich. And your husband clearly isn't laying some. Well, I mean, I'm not going to go down the husband isn't laying enough pipes down. I mean, that might be too personal. But yeah, I'm going to try and hold myself before I get to the husband is not laying the pipe down properly. But that is what I would be thinking. So you guys know that. But yeah, that's what she is. She's just a rich, bored housewife who's now thinks that her mission in life is now to save women and girls from the devils in skirts in their changing rooms. That's all it is. This is just some bored, rich lady trying to do something that pumps some fiery blood through her veins again, because she hasn't had anything of any thrills and chills for decades. Otherwise, yeah, she loves it. She's a little mini celebrity. All these people smell her farts and kiss her ass, and she absolutely adores the attention. That's all it is. She's not achieving shit. Look at the people. One time I'll show you. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another stream where I'll show you the actual gathering, the tree gatherers, and we'll see. And you can see the kind of people that show up. It's a nightmarish, garish collection of just ugly people, horrendously ugly people. Just a bunch of dykes and spinsters, which you can actually see through this crowd as well. That's literally her army that she wants to go to the trans war with. And you wonder why she's not winning.
With my children, my husband had enough money.
But you're fundamentally a feminist.
Why don't you go tackle men? Because you're a coward. Because
What do you mean tackle men? Men are not talking about feminism.
Don't worry about me.
Oh, and she's constantly trying to like social shame me. Do you worry about being a short man? Do you have a small dick? Your shoes are ugly. It's like, love, you're neither on a stand-up stage. You're not doing an open mic, and these are ridiculously just unfunny and uninteresting comments. I mean, I could pick out a million things about your badly bleached hair and your dungarees that you seem to wear all the time, and that little pot belly after the 4th kid probably ruined and tore up everything inside when he came out. So, we can all go there, but I'm just not going to engage because I'm bigger than that. I am bigger than that, and I'll be honest with you, at the time I forgot all this. This is all hindsight. This is kind of like a memo to myself for the next time I'm going to tell her a new one.
No, No, I'm actually perfectly comfortable. But you keep. But
You don't heckle men.
I heckle these men all day. I'm here every week. You haven't even seen me here before because you guys go to your little echo chamber by your freedom tree, and you don't actually mix with the people. No, yeah, because now you're getting pushed back. You're getting heckled the way this place is supposed to be, and you can't stand it.
Why we do what we do, yeah? You can put on a dress and go in the women's toilet, right? Men like you are so pathetic. Look,
what you don't realize.
Put a dress on and you'll be so much more fit.
That's what it is. The fact is, feminists, you guys couldn't handle equality even if you had it. That's why you can't take it. That's why this place is terrifying to you. That's why you guys are so angry. If you actually could handle debate and argumentation and pushback, you wouldn't be so angry, madam.
You just shout at people.
No, it's called heckling. It's called heckling, ma'am. You don't understand this place if you don't understand heckling. You don't understand this place, madam. Yes, heckling is part of this place. I just said this is part of this place. Heckling is shouting down.
But you repeat the same rubbish.
That's what heckling is.
Repetition.
Yes, you don't understand heckling.
Like chanting.
Yes.
Like
heckling.
Like the Strands Brigade and Antifa shouting people down.
Heckling is
is
part of Speaker's Corner. So look, the feminists have run away. Let's go chase them. They don't get it.
Yeah, unfortunately, this whole time my microphone was just not running right, and the sound was just coming through the speakers, the microphone of the phone.
They fucking are. They're as feminist as they fucking come, mate. They're all fucking feminists, but they can't handle it. They can't handle the pushback. They can't, and that's why they run away to their little safe tree.
I'll be quite honest. They scared me.
Yeah, but you notice immediately they come about. Oh, you got a small dick. You're small. You're short. You're this. It's social shaming. Social shaming. But if I call her fat, if I call her ugly, they'll all fucking lose their mind. Exactly. As soon as I started talking about weight, I'm like, ladies, who's gonna get on the scale here?
All right. That's
okay.
That's pretty much that. I think I've actually oh my god, I'm an hour in. Okay, boys and girls, thank you so much. I think I really did this, I labored this a bit too much. But yeah, this lady then gets into a further, this other streamer gets into a further debate with the guys. I'm not sure if I can fast forward it. Can I fast forward it? No, it doesn't look like this particular.
I stayed at home with my children. My husband had enough money.
Yes, that's why you're a bored housewife with nothing better to do.
Why don't you go and tackle men? Because you're a coward.
What do you mean tackle men? Men are not talking about feminism.
Do you worry about being a short man? Does that worry you?
No, I'm actually perfectly comfortable.
You don't have
to. I heckle these men all day. I'm here every week. You haven't even seen me here before.
Yeah.
You guys go to your little echo chamber by your
That's true, actually.
and you don't actually mix with the people.
That's true, actually.
Because now you're getting pushed back. You're getting heckled the way this place is supposed to be.
Exactly.
And you can't stand
exactly,
it.
actually.
Don't give him any attention. That's what he's here for. Attention.
Yeah, the speaker's gonna everyone wants that, please. Of attention.
The fact is, feminists, you guys couldn't handle equality. That's why you can't take it. That's why this place is terrifying to you.
Exactly.
That's why you guys are so angry.
A bunch of Karens.
If you actually could handle debate and argumentation and pushback, you wouldn't be so angry, madam.
Exactly.
You just shout at people.
No.
It's called heckling.
No.
It's called heckling.
You said
you don't understand this place if you don't understand heckling.
Yeah. Heckling is not debate.
Place,
heckling is not debate.
Yes.
And you said we
is part of this place. I just said this is part of this place.
It's just a bunch of Karens.
Heckling is shouting down.
Yeah, it's just debating though.
That's what heckling is.
Repetition. Yes. That's what these are so fucking scared. Dude, that was way. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That was so bad.
Heckling is part of.
Yeah, that's what they do.
The feminists ran away.
Yeah, no, they only come here for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and then they leave, which I don't understand. You want freedom of bloody whatever, and then they leave. They kick us. Dude, that was so terrifying. I'm not gonna.
I couldn't find any of those badges afterwards. I couldn't find a single one. I don't know what happened to them. They all fell off or something.
I don't like this fucking bitch. It's feminism and a
Those were my war booties. I wanted my war booties.
fucking half, and they were lesbian. Sorry. That's so bad. I was terrified, guys. I was fucking terrified. Oh, they're going back to their corner.
Well, they were actually going home, I think, at this point, or to the pub or something. They've got some secret pub that they all gather to as well afterwards, because they're so scared shitless of actually people pushing back. But then who the hell wants to actually? Yeah, look at this. Look at these are the men. These are the men that support this movement. Holy crap! Boomer men, boomer women, haggards, and spinsters with their cats. And a couple of lesbians, as far as I understand. There's at least 2 lesbians there.
Harass women, yeah. And so.
Are you a female yourself?
No, I'm not. No, I'm one of the guys who come and support these people, make sure they're not attacked.
Yeah.
So I just try and be there to stop them being beaten
Yeah,
up.
but why?
Yeah, they think that this, coming to Speaker's Corner, they're going to have some kind of kinship with like the Christians and the Muslims, because clearly those religions don't exactly agree with the devils in skirts in women's changing rooms, and I don't even agree with that. That's a horrific scenario we find ourselves. But we find ourselves in that situation because of the feminist movement. It is intersectional feminism that has brought us to this, boys and girls. And if you think that isn't the case, you're not paying attention. It is intersectional feminism that has forced this situation upon us. That now we have to have, the devils in skirts prowling the changing rooms of young girls and taking away their medals from their competitions. Yes, it is intersectional feminism that did this. Shouldn't have never given them the right to vote. That was the biggest mistake the men made. And funny enough, that's not a mistake the Taliban are making. It's not a mistake that the Taliban are making. Although in Iran, the women can vote. So, hence why the contention in Iran. But anyway, I think I have made my point. Banksy, they're also scared they'll go home and bake some cookies. That'll teach you. Anyway, guys and girls, thank you so much for joining me tonight in this little rant of mine. It's 11:30. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to do a panel because the panels usually tend to go on for hours, and I got to get some sleep. But thank you again. It was fun. I just had to get this crap off my chest. It's like as you know. This is essentially my therapy sessions, except I don't pay anyone and you guys get to sit and listen to me scream, get off my lawn. So yeah, I needed the therapy session. I am now available on Kick as well, so you guys can check me over there if you wish. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I want to gather a new audience at Kick. I don't know. I like most of you guys, but there are haters that are watching in this, amongst all this. As you can see, Veli's in the chat, and there's a lot of haters. I have a lot of haters in this circle. So I'm trying to gather a different crowd over there. But admittedly, what's it called? Kick and other social platforms are not as censorious as YouTube anyway. So hopefully things will be a bit better over there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. We have a total of one viewer on Twitch and Kick. So we're literally just flying off the handle with with the viewership here, kids. The whole one. So if anyone out there is interested in opening a Kick account and giving me 2 followers, feel free to do that. No one's going to hold you back. Oh, that's insane. Anyway, thank you, everyone. I'm out of here. I'm going to find my I guess, yeah, we can just find a piece of music to end this thing with. Anyone? Okay, guys. If anyone's interested in It's Raining Iranian Men, I can play that again. If you don't want Iranian Men, please give me a 66 to guarantee that I won't play that ever again. Well, no, not ever again, but, you know, not tonight. But other than Iranian Men, there'll just be some random choice AI-generated music because I can't play regular music. Actually, no, I could play the beautiful songs of the Children of the Sun by our very own dearly missed PC Bonds of Speaker's Corner. PC Bonds, you are sorely missed at Speaker's Corner. I can vouch for that because things were great when you were handling things over there. The Muslims they've got their prayer mats out again. I had to even complain on Sunday to the police. They did nothing. They literally did nothing about it. So yeah, PC Bonds, come back. We love you. Oh my God. Okay, CCD called it, man. No one else commented. CCD said Iranian Men. It's Iranian Men. It is what it is. It is, I think, more homosexual than YMCA. And I may have to generate a YMCA version of AI-generated YMCA as well. But for now, it's Iranian Men. Thank you, everyone. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. I do swear on this channel, on the Banksy Style channel, but I try to be better on the Hafiz Reflex. So go to Hafiz Reflex, like, subscribe, and encourage me. Encourage me like CCD does. CCD is my angel on my wings that keeps me producing this crap all the time. In a way, you could blame him for the shit that I produce because he encourages me to produce this crap. Actually, CCD is responsible for some of my greatest work. So yeah, Iranian Men, just for you, CCD, because I love you.
Hi, where happens your weatherman? And have we got news for you? Let's get ready, all you lonely girls, and leave those umbrellas at home. Humidity's rising, promise getting low. How low, girl? According to all sources. What sources now? The street's the place to go. Better hurry up. 'Cause tonight for the first time, just about 10:30, for the first time in history, it's gonna start a Iranian Man. It's Iranian Man. Hallelujah, it's Iranian Man. In my hands, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself get sauces. According to all